everyone, and welcome to She Rides, a podcast where women's cycling takes lead. I'm Saar, your host for today, and today I'm joined by a guest who's here to share her journey in cycling. We'll dive into her story and everything that's made her the cyclist she is today. Let's get started. Hi everyone, and welcome to a partially solo hosted episode today. In the end, you will hear Christophe after, I think, 2 weeks again to also share his thoughts about the Tour de France for a second. But he couldn't make it today for our guest part of the episode, so I'm back on my own here. Hi, Lotte.
Hi.
Yeah, so you've rode the Tour de France last week, but maybe for who hasn't watched, let's say, cycling from the beginning of the year, who are you?
I won the Omloop Het Nieuwsblad this year. And for the rest, I'm a climber. I'm riding with Arkea B&B Hotel for the second year now. So yeah, that's who I am.
Yeah. Actually, I think still very crazy because, as you said, you're a climber, but you managed to win probably one of the races that doesn't really fit your capabilities. Yeah, that was a special win, but we'll talk about that later. But first, how did you get into cycling?
Yeah, I did already duathlon since my age of, I think, 18 years old. And then it was Corona. And I did a mountain time trail and I won. And the day after, it was like a Grand Fondo race in the mountains, and I won that too. And then my coach say, maybe you have to go to cycling. And then a Belgian team called me, and I could start in August. So I did 2 races in the year of Corona, and then after I was with another Belgian team. But then I combined cycling with duathlon. So now it's my second year without duathlon.
You just said I did duathlon, but maybe, it was quite successful as well. I would say you had the silver and bronze at the World Championships. You won the Alpe d'Huez duathlon. That's not just doing it, right?
Yeah, no. It was also at a high level. I started with the short distance and then later the long distance, for the World Championship. In Zofingen, I was second and third. So, that was
But well, that wasn't the only thing you were doing. Of course, you were also a nurse. How did you manage to combine all of that, actually, the past couple of years?
Yeah, when I'm thinking now about that, to combine work and training, I think 20 hours a week, that's really crazy. But yeah, when you like something, then you do it. And it was not so difficult for me. But yeah, you have less time to rest. And now I'm a professional cyclist. You have a lot of time. And so you perform better because you can rest more. But combined work with training. I did the work as a nurse in the hospital, so I have to work really early or really late, so I can train before or after my work. And sometimes I had to work also in the night. And I was a really bad sleeper. So I think most of the time I slept between 7 a.m. and 11, and then I was awake. So then it's really hard to train good. But it was not an offer. It was, I did it with pleasure.
Yeah, and then years in the peloton. So as you said, you turned pro with a Belgian team, Van Eyck. What were the first 2 seasons like, finding your way in the peloton? Because of course it's still being on the bike, but you came from a different sport into the peloton.
It's really difficult. To find your place in the bunch. Yeah, for sure the first years. But I think the difference is the first races that I did with the Belgian teams, they were not really big. So it was not a World Tour peloton. When you're in the mountains, because I did a Tour de l'Ardèche with the Belgian team, then there you have some riders with a big level and some, riders with a less high level. So when you're in the mountains, yeah, the bunch is less bigger. So yeah, then it's quite easier to move up and to find your place. But yeah, it's really difficult when you come from duathlon to fight in the bunch. Yeah, because the most of the girls, yeah, they ride since they were 12 or maybe 14 years old. So yeah, they are used to do it. So yeah, that's the most difficult part.
Yeah, and then came your move to Stade Rochelet, win space from now, actually. Yeah, maybe a French
Yeah.
team. Yeah, maybe not the most obvious move. What made you choose that team at the moment?
Yeah, the French team contacted me and they know my profile, so the climate profile. And yeah, the French team rides a lot of nice races in the mountains. So yeah, that was for me easy to make the move to a French team because yeah, for the classics, it's good to have a Belgian team for sure. A Belgian team at that level, yeah. When you are in a Belgium World Tour team, yeah, you ride them all. But as a Conti team, yeah, then they ride more classics and not really hilly stages or races in France. And yeah, with a French team, they ride in France mostly, and that's more hilly. So yeah, that's better for
Yeah,
me. So yeah, that was easy to make
yeah.
the move.
A lot of love for the mountains. Was it already clear
Yeah, for
from the
sure.
duathlon that the mountains were your thing and it just grew even more?
Yeah, I think my first time that I went to the mountains was the first year that I did the Alpe d'Huez duathlon. I don't know the year, but before I never climbed a mountain. So my first mountain that I climbed was Alpe d'Huez during the duathlon. But yeah, it was nice. The feeling was good, and yeah, then it's a long effort. So yeah, that's good for me.
Yeah. Nice. And was it like a bit of a culture shock? How big was the difference between racing at a smaller Belgian team and then a French team, or was it kind of the same?
Yeah, for sure. You have no in the Belgian team. I did not a lot of races, so I was not a lot with the Belgian team. And now, yeah, but there's quite a big difference between Arkea B&B Hotel
Yeah.
and Stade Rochelet. Yeah, that's a big difference. They are more professional. Yeah, bigger races, more stuff to help us. What's important, better material, yeah, a bit everything, I think.
Well, then in 2023, I think your season was maybe a bit under the radar, but you had consistent result and we're showing some good races already. How do you look back on that season? 20.
23, and it was with Stade Rochelet, eh?
Wait a
Or
sec.
it was with
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. It was
I think it
still with Stade Rochelet, yeah.
yeah, okay. Yeah, that I think that was a really good season for me. It was my first full season. I think that was a season that I was thinking from, oh yeah, okay, I can climb well and I can follow sometimes the better cyclist of the women's peloton. So yeah, I think that was a good season for me. We did a really nice races for my profile in Spain and in France. So yeah.
I think that was the season that back when Twitter was still fun. The first time we saw, apart from Lotte Claes, maybe there is a Belgian rider who's doing some nice results. Keep an eye on her.
Ah yeah, okay.
But yeah, then in 2024, yeah, you joined Arkea, of course, and yeah, that seemed to really mark a step forward there. Yeah, I think kind of a more professional environment too. So what changed for you
Yeah.
there? Mainly that, or?
Yeah, maybe you work with more people. Yeah, okay, my trainer, so my coach is still the same. So that was not different. But yeah, I think that was also the first year that I was living as a full professional cyclist. And like I said already, yeah, you can rest really, yeah, a lot. So I think that's the most difficult, that's the most important thing that's changed because, yeah, you have more time to go to a physio, to do strength, to go to a dietist. Yeah,
There was
yeah, I
actually
think,
time for recovery.
yeah, voila. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
about your tour of that year, we will talk about in a minute. But besides that tour, some other highlights or proudest moments from that 2024 seasons?
I have now to think. Yeah, I think the Alpe Classic was also quite good last year. Yeah, I have to a bit to think what races I did last year. Yeah, I think it was a good season. Yeah, the best thing was the Tour de France last year. But yeah, I was also second, I think, in Tour de Pyrénées one one stage. I had third.
That's right.
Ah
Second and
yeah,
the third,
yeah.
indeed.
Ah yeah, voila, yeah. Yeah, and that was really nice. So yeah, I think in general it was a stable but good season last year.
Nice. So about that 2024 tour, we're kind of going smoothly to this tour, but yeah, 2024 is definitely something to look back on because yeah, that was I think for sure for the broader public a real breakthrough there. Yeah, you finished 16th overall. Yeah, and you climbed with the
Yeah.
best on like on the biggest mountain stages. How proud of you are you if you now look back on that performance?
Yeah, when I look back, yeah, I'm really proud of this. I think I never yeah think before that I can do this. Dus yeah, for me myself, it was a bit of a surprise, but yeah, it was a great tour.
Yeah.
Last year.
And was that this like a confirmation moment from like, okay, I really do have my place here in the peloton? And was that something, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think yes.
Well, yeah, and then we just had the tour of 2025 behind us. I think not the one you hoped for with illnesses.
No.
How do you look back on it a couple of days after?
Yeah, this year it was a bit. First, the plan was to survive the first days, but yeah, the two first days, the feeling was really good. And yeah, I lost not a lot of time, and then I survived the two sprint stages without crashes. But yeah, then on day fifth, yeah, it was so hectic in the bunch. The riders were riding like animals, hup, like this. It was really crazy. Yeah, there were many crashes. I crashed 2 times. And it spent me a lot of energy after the first crash to come back because peloton was riding all the time really hard. And it was a crash with Balsamo. Yeah, she has to stop. And yeah, then when was it? Yeah, then the day after, or maybe 2 days after, yeah, I was sick. I have an gastrical flu. So yeah, during that stage, I think after 1 hour, my belly has a lot of cramps and I couldn't push anything. I went to the doctor in the tour and they give me so much stuff. But yeah, it didn't help. So yeah, then I take this decision and I had not another choice, yeah, to finish with the gruppetto. So yeah, this yeah, and then my general classification was done, and then the other days it was a bit with up and downs. Sometimes I felt really good, but I feel that I recovered less good than otherwise. So when it was hard in the beginning of the race, normally after a few times, then I recover from this. I think the energy of the food didn't go to my legs. So yeah, but in stage 8, I was in the breakaway, so that was quite nice. But yeah, I think I give the lit bit too much there. Yeah, when the foot don't go to your legs, it's difficult to push hard on the last climb. But yeah, there the atmosphere with the people, it was really crazy. This yeah, I played a bit with them, and I enjoyed just the people there. So yeah, but yeah, it's a bit sad because yeah, I think my form was really good. It's sad, yeah, that I can do nothing with that.
Yeah. There was a lot of illness in the peloton, sadly.
Yeah, a lot, a lot, a
Mhm.
lot. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
and also something we've heard indeed is some riders who were already kind of struggling with illness, their legs got just killed by how fast they were riding in the beginning. That was also
Mhm.
something I've heard a lot from that. But yeah, as you said, I think this was quite a big goal of the season, and you were going there
Yeah.
in a good shape. How do you mentally cope with something like that?
Yeah, that's mentally yeah, quite hard. I will say, yeah, because you know that you can do better, but yeah, it's not possible due to sickness. So yeah, but yeah, then you have friends and people to say, come on, you have to go, and yeah, then you go. But yeah, it's not easy and funny to see your general and one day, whoop, it's gone.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, you just mentioned the crowds, even when the results didn't go as planned. Is there still something special that you're taking with you, being part of this year's tour?
Something special. Yeah, I think there was more people to watch us than
Yeah.
last year, and it was last year already crazy. So I think that's for the cycling sport a really good
Mhm.
thing. Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
crazy from the start to the finish all day. It was.
Yeah. I spoke with Kate Frono. She was a guest, the head of women's strategy at Zwift, and I spoke with her at the start of stage 3, which was just on a Monday in like the small village there. And she was like, the crowds right here are almost double the amount of the first Grand Depart we had. So yeah, the
Wow.
crowds. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
a part of it myself. It was crazy. Yeah. What is it like to race through the wall of noise, and it was everywhere at the start, at the finishes, climbs. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not something the women's peloton is used to every weekend, right?
No, at all. You have that a little bit in the Tour de
Mm-hmm.
Flanders, but now in Tour de France, this year it was, I think, really more than in
Yeah.
Tour de Flanders. So yeah, that give you some energy. I think. I think it's important to enjoy this moment and to keep it with you because yeah. I think 5 years ago, nobody thinks that the women's sport
Yeah.
is growing like this. So I think it's a really
Yeah,
good
it
thing.
was
Yeah.
really a shock. Like the last race I was at was the Bawaz Ladies Tour. So difference
Oh
in
yeah. Yeah.
spectators was like really crazy. It was less than a week ago. I was at the time trial of the Bawaz Ladies Tour with some crowds. It was like already better than the year before, but because then we were with, I think, 10 people or something at the team presentation.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Wow.
it was like you come at the Côte Cadudal from the first stage, and you're there 3 hours beforehand,
Yeah.
and the best spot you can get is like 500 meters from the finish, and then it's like, whoa, is this
Yeah.
women's cycling? Like,
Yeah. It was yeah, really crazy. But yeah, I think that's really good
yeah.
for the
It
sport.
felt like the Olympics, but like every day, like the crowds of the Olympics, it's matched that at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the
Okay. Wow.
difference at the
Cool.
Olympics was really that there were a lot of people just, oh, what's happening here today? A women's race. Oh, that's nice. You know what?
Ah, yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
we will come back in an hour and we will come here. But the difference there was everyone was really there for the women's race, which was awesome to see. Also, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot played a pretty big part in it
Oh
because
yeah.
like every day you saw the crowds at the Visma Lise bike was growing.
Yeah, it was.
It was like when walking through the buses, okay, let's go to the Visualize Bike bus and then walk back, because once you get stuck there, you just can't get home anymore. But yeah, something else that was, I think, quite what you could feel in like the interview there was quite some tension between, I would say, the biggest GC riders, some bold interviews from Kim LeCour to Nivea Doma to, yeah, the teams
Yeah.
themselves as well. Like, was it something you felt inside the peloton tension, or did it mainly stay in the interviews?
Yeah, but I think it was already from the beginning really hectic, nervous in the peloton, and it never changed. So also after these interviews, yeah, it was not a big difference because it was all day like
Yeah.
this from the beginning.
But that was, I think, something that was really different from last year. Like those, yeah, it was almost every interview there came was something like, yeah, there was a bit of a mental work going on before the mountains.
Yeah, that I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and something else that you expect Pauline Ferrand-Prévot to do this in the mountains.
Yeah, I said already before the tour to my boyfriend, and I say I'm sure she will be really, really good. Yeah, because I think when she will something, she can do it. She is so determined. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, yeah, it is wonderful if you say like, okay, my big goal of the season is the tour, and while I'm at it, I would
Yeah,
also like to win Roubaix, and then to do them both. Yeah, that's that's quite
yeah, it's
impressive.
crazy. Yeah,
But yeah, one of the, I think, biggest topics also of this tour was about weight and nutrition. Yeah, of course, we
yeah.
had Pauline Ferrand-Prévot with her crash diet, and then we had some riders speaking up about weight and the pressure on the riders, and that focus needs, yeah, it needs to shift on health. What are your thoughts on the situation?
Yeah, I think what Pauline did, she did it, yeah, in a healthy way when you can
Yeah,
say it. You know what I mean. I think Visma Leasebike, yeah, will do it. Yeah, not as a crash diet, but yeah, she will follow a good
yeah,
plan from a nutritionist. But I can follow all also the thoughts from Demi because she posted
yeah,
yesterday something on social media, and yeah, I know a lot of young riders, for sure, climbers. They struggled with the weight, and then you see Pauline. She's really really skinny. She won the Tour de France. Yeah, it's difficult because yeah, I think you don't need so skinny to win a tour because I think yeah, Demi, she yeah, her body is natural. She's not really skinny and she climbed also really really strong. But yeah, this year there was just one girl better. And Kasia, okay, you see that her body is different than
yeah,
Demi, but you see she's not so, yeah, how do you say it, not so dry than Pauline.
it's the way she's built.
Yeah, voila. And that's, but when you see also in the past, Pauline, her weight is also, she's like a yo-yo. She's up, down. And yeah, I think when she won the Olympic on the mountain bike, she was also really, really skinny. So I think she's used to do it. But yeah, for young girls, it's not so good to see that because for sure when you have already problems, yeah, I can really understand that, yeah, what Demi say, and I'm, yeah, for sure, yeah, it's not the best scenario that you have to
Yeah,
do.
but yeah, weight and nutrition is, I think, in cycling a very small line to balance on. How do you and your team support you when it comes to nutrition and weight and making sure everything stays healthy.
Yeah. Now in France, they are not so strict, but I have my personal dietist here in Belgium. And yeah, she knows that I need a lot of food because my metabolism is really fast. So yeah, so after every race, she calculates what I have to take, and it depends from the watts that I pushed. So yeah, but I think in the women's peloton, yeah, the nutrition and also in the men's peloton, it's really important. Yeah, when you see it from 3 years ago to now, yeah, it's improved a lot.
Yeah, I think just the main thing is to keep in mind, Ferrand-Prévot just did a great race, and maybe we shouldn't be focusing all too much on her weight, because if you take
Yeah,
a look at the top 10, I think there are also a lot of healthy looking cyclists in there, so it's
yeah,
still
for
possible to
sure.
just, you don't have to lose kilos to win the Tour, I think.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Some other, maybe like for you, a highlight in this tour, maybe nothing to do with you, but like a stage win or a performance of another rider you like seeing or
Yeah,
something.
I think my old teammate, Maeva
Yeah.
Skibon, I think she did an amazing
Yeah.
tour. Nobody
Mm.
expected, and I think in the first case she was there, yeah, to help Elisa Longo Borghini, but yeah, she was sick, and then she ride an amazing tour for
Mm.
and it's a rider with a lot of talent, and now she is in a really big team, and her shape is growing. And you see, yeah, she likes to ride, she likes to play. She will win or she will lose. And yeah, for now she wants to two times. So yeah, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, I think a lot of riders didn't expect that she was
Mm.
so strong.
Yeah, that was a crazy performance, and also just crazy to see how actually what looked to be a dramatic tour for UAE was just, yeah, she
Yeah,
just changed actually the storyline on her own. So
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
definitely a super cool part of the race. Well, then maybe we can go over, yeah, to Omloop Het Nieuwsblad for a second. So yeah, I think that was the race that suddenly had everyone talking about Lotte Claes. What do you remember from that day?
Yeah, from that day, I knew that yeah. First, um my sport director says, yeah, Lotte, you have to stay with the sprinters. And I say to him, it's really because I really knew, okay, our sprinters are good, but when it go hard on the little climbs, they are dropped. So I say I have to do it. And then I think 1 minute before the start, then he say, yeah, when you see a breakaway, yeah, maybe you can go when you are feeling good. And I, okay, that's the plan. So yeah, me and my teammate Maaike,
Yeah.
yeah, we played for the breakaway, and yeah, she attacks her a few times, but yeah, some Belgian riders were following, and so yeah, the breakaway doesn't go. And then yeah, there was one break. I saw two girls, and then Mieke Dox, she was riding behind, and then I jumped to them, and yeah, then we were go for a long day.
Yeah. And then, well, I've been a witness from it. I even maybe caused it at Nokere Koers, but like at the Belgian Championships, you have a lot like, oh, that's the one from the Omloop. How nice is it, and how annoying is it sometimes to hear that over and over again?
Oh yeah, for me it's not annoying. It's really nice. I know, yeah, that's once in a
Yeah.
lifetime that I can win such a big race. So I and enjoy it really. So yeah, for me that's not a problem that they say, oh, that's the girl from the omloop. That's not a problem for
Yeah,
me.
that's always quite funny to see at a race. Like everyone's like, "Is that the one from the Omloop?" But actually, something else that surprised me from you this year, you were third on the Belgian Championships in the time trial. Was that something you knew you were capable of, or was that just as surprising to you as most people?
Yeah, it was a really, really big surprise for myself. It wasn't a goal because I did the Alpe Classic and the Tour de Pyrénées, so I ride 2 times before on my time trail bike. And that day, I had some problems with my time trail bike. It was not allowed from the control. I don't know. I have to say it. So we have to change something. And then on the start podium, my helmet didn't close. So I think 5 seconds before the start, 10 seconds, they have to make it. So it was really, really stressful. But then the time trail itself went good. I started a little bit too fast, I think. But in the end, it was a good time trial, but it was a really big surprise.
Yeah.
Really big. Yeah.
And then I would say, apart from, this tour, of course, was not very nice for you. But apart from that, I think quite a successful season already for you. How would you rate your season so far from 0 to 10?
Difficult. Yeah, with the Omloop, it makes a bit everything great, I think. But 7, something like that, because I was really sick before the Vuelta, so I didn't go to the Vuelta. And then in the tour, I was sick too. So in the past, I was always really stable. And now I have some ups and downs.
Yeah.
Doing sickness.
And what does there need to happen this season to get the score up a bit higher?
It's difficult because we don't race a lot in September and October. Maybe in Tour de l'Ardèche win or with the team something. That should be really good. Yeah.
Before we look a bit further ahead, we're just gonna drop in some questions we that kind of return in every episode. Well, so obviously women's cycling has changed a lot during the past few years. What has changed the most visibly for you?
I think the level from the riders and also the people who watch the women's cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the UCI is known for some questionable rules lately. So if tomorrow you would have a seat at the UCI table, what would you push for immediately to
Immediately, yes or no?
Yeah, so something you can change immediately.
Yeah, I think they are now talking about het stuur. Ik weet niet hoe je dat zegt in
bar
Engels.
with the
that the bar has to be minimum 40 centimeters, but that's really large, huh? Yeah, and they say it's for our safety. But I think a lot of girls will not be ride smoothly with some big bars. So I really hope that they will change it for next year. But yeah, I get it. Yeah. Well, so now we can just look ahead. So we're now in the second half of the 2025 season. Although for women's cycling, the second half feels a bit empty. What are you still looking forward to? I will do Plouay. 3rd of August, and then Tour de l'Ardèche. And then normally when the shape is good, I will do the European Championship in October. When I will continue, then I will do Chrono de Nation in the middle over the end of October. And then it's maybe bench when they have not enough riders for bench. I will ride bench too. Yeah, you did a reckon of the Euros with Belgian cycling, I think a while back. Something you're peaking to? I think it's necessary to peak because it's a championship. So the level will be high. And to help the Belgium team, you have to be in a great shape. So I will work to that. So now this this week I take some rest, and yeah, some days off, and then yeah, we work to the European Championship.
You've been part of Team Belgium before, of course, last year when
Yeah.
the other Lotte became world champion. How is it to be part of Team Belgium?
Yeah, that's really nice. That's really great. Yeah, we are all good. Yeah, and for sure Lotte Kopecky. So it's really nice to work for her. But yeah, last year, yeah, I couldn't do a lot because yeah, the weather was really bad and I had a really
Yeah.
cold. So yeah, I was, I think, yeah, really early. Yeah, I think in the after IK or something. I was not in the group of Lotte anymore. So yeah, that was a bit sad because yeah, then you can do anything. But yeah, and Justine is also really good. So I think yeah, when Lotte has a bad day, Justine can do something. I'm really sure.
Yeah, that's nice. And well, yeah, then the future will, I think, look a bit different with the troubles Arkea is in at the moment.
Yes.
So yeah, how what are your thoughts for the future?
Yeah, that's a big question because yeah, until now we know nothing about Arkia. We are still waiting, and I really hope they will say us something this week or the week after because it's already really late. And for now, yeah, I have no team for next year. Yeah, I have a manager, how do you say it? Yeah, and yeah, they contact a few teams, but yeah, the most of the teams are full. Or yeah, they don't need a rider with a profile like me. So yeah, it's really difficult to find a good
Yeah.
team. I think.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that sucks obviously because you have the talent. So normally I think you should be fine, or at least I hope so. So let's hope everything works out.
Yeah, that's say a lot of people van, allee, you will find a team, but for now, yeah, and also what's not, yeah, it's not my fault, but I'm also already 32 years, so yeah, that's the thing that some teams thinking, she's a bit old, yeah, we prefer a rider from 24 years old, yeah. So yeah, it's not so easy that we think
Yeah.
or that we
Yeah, let's
thought.
hope everything works out for you. But because we've had Natasha Knaven on here, and that's something so important for the teams to remember, let's look at talent and look at riders who are performing right now and not necessarily about age, because maybe the 18-year-old you
Yeah.
are now trying to get into your World Tour team is not ready for that already. So also look at the peloton right now and who's performing well. And yeah, obviously you have a
Yeah.
place in that, I think, and you're doing super well. And yeah, I think there's still some progress and you can be very helpful for teams.
Yeah, I think it too, yeah. But we will see. The teams can call me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, so thank you so much for being here today. It was super interesting.
You're welcome.
Yeah, for the listeners, there now follows another part I recorded yesterday with Christophe, so enjoy that. And yeah, for you, thank you very much. I wish you all the best for the future, a good team, because you deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you. Thanks.
Hi. Well, now you've heard me 5 seconds ago, but here is Saar from the past, and yeah, not alone because Christophe is here after some time again, and we will just like talk a bit about the Tour de France, like some final thoughts, maybe.
Yeah, sure thing, Saar. Hi, welcome, listeners. Yes, I'm back. Family holiday duties. So I think Saar experienced way lots more from the Tour de France Femmes avec Swift than I did. I just got the main headlines with me. I just read the main headlines, but yeah, very interesting Tour de France Femmes this year. I think very unsuspected winners, stage winners. I think a very nice battle for the GC we saw, for example.
Also heartbreaking, but
Heartbreaking as well. Yeah, well, that very nice. Heartbreaking depends on your point of view. That's for sure. Yeah, nice stage wins. Nice overall experience. Nice crowds, I think, Sar. But you experienced that more live than I did. from afar. So
Yeah. The crowds
yeah,
are
don't know.
really something I haven't experienced before. Like, just, yeah, it was every day was like, okay, so the first day was like, okay, we're in Brittany, a pretty famous climb here. Okay, okay, yeah, I get it. Tomorrow, yeah. Okay, still Sunday. Okay, yeah, makes sense. There's still some crowd. We're still in Brittany. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. And then Thursday, yeah, we're on a Monday. We're about to leave Brittany, and then like, what? We're like in a village with 4,000 inhabitants in here, and how come are there still so many people here? And then I think only the fourth stage, I was like, okay, the crowds are a little bit less today, but yeah, hey, makes sense. We left Brittany. The spotlight is maybe a bit shifted to some. Okay, makes sense. And then you're at the fifth stage, and you're like, what the fuck? The crowds are here again. So it was like every day we're like, okay, it has reached its limits sometimes. And on the Madeleine, like the last couple of Ks, that was the only place I was like, here the crowds are missing a bit. It was also pretty cool because like the goal was
Yeah.
everyone from who rode L'Étape Femme could then stay at the top to cheer, but it was so cool because I knew someone who was participating, and she drove like 5 kilometers back to a village to then go into a public toilet to just get a little bit warmer. So that was there also, I think, an issue. A lot of people descended right away because they were so cold. But that was maybe the only spot I was like, ooh, this is a little bit disappointing to see. But all in all, the day after, the crowds were, yeah, of course, it was like 5K from the finish already. The French people saying we are the champions. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was also just very obvious. Every day, the crowds around the Visma bus became bigger and bigger. And also, it's something that just so amazed me was, okay, the French are known for how chauvinistic they are, but like this tour, seeing it in person, it was like, okay, it's really worse than I thought. Because like, I still, every day it was like, yeah, you can be Margot van Pachtenbeek, you can be, let's say, another example, you can be Margot van Pachtenbeek. I'm trying not to pick a Shirite guest. Let me think. you can be Margot van Pachtenbeek or Justine Jacquire or Lotte Kopecky or let's say Francisca Braus. You get the same cheers. It's just like, okay, nice you're here today. Well, good that you're participating here. Yeah, can we now just go further and cheer for the next French rider? Because I don't know what I'm doing here. Like,
Yeah,
and then you're like
we're
every day, like, let's go, let's cheer and Sarah, and everyone is like, okay, what's your problem? So that was
worst thing that could happen for the entire world except France is a Frenchie in the yellow the yellow jersey, because then all the French people wake up actually.
Yeah, it was like really crazy. Like the chauvinism was something I knew before it was gonna happen. Like you kind of feel the difference in vibes already at Paris-Roubaix, for example. You have that, but there are still a lot of Flemish people as well, for sure on the men's side. Women's side maybe a little less, but that was something that, like, in terms of crowds, just the crowds itself surprised me, but the chauvinism of the French, yeah, that surprised me maybe even more. I wasn't aware it was that severe, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Or pretty good, depends on what nationality you are or what point of view you have, of course. So hey, then something else, pretty beefy Tour de France Femmes this year. Like in the
Yeah,
comments, Visma Leasebike, FDG, AG Insurance, Kassiani Viadoma, like, ooh,
yeah,
like
the interviews were
throw
real
some mud in
like,
the media.
yeah, there was like tension all around, and
Yeah.
yeah, for you will have probably heard it in the episode. I should have normally asked Lotte about it herself, but like in the media, there was a lot of tension. Like, for example, Vollering continuing when Lecour crashed. There was like, but I love Lecour's interview. Not gonna lie, they are awesome. And she was like, yeah, in her position, we wouldn't have done that, but yeah, everyone has their own tactics. And then Lecour again, apparently La Bouza Musique, when she came back, La Bouza Musique brake in front of her on a roundabout.
Yeah.
And Vollering was pacing in the front, so she had to close again. Yeah, so there was an Nivea Doma also said like, yeah, when Gigante paces, my legs hurt, but when Demi does it, they don't. And then like we of course had the Visma Lise bike versus FDG stuff with Niels van Emden calling Demi a drama queen and saying that FDG expects her to be in a cage and yeah, and then it was like he was saying like, yeah, everyone deserves the same respect, which actually that was true. Just all he said around made it such a drama. But if you would have just said like, in my opinion, everyone deserves the same amount of respect, and there wasn't really, it could have happened to anyone, then there would have been nothing wrong with that statement. But yeah, it was just honestly looking for drama. And yeah, again, a bit of a mental war there. And then you had FDG. Yeah, I don't give a shit about his opinion because I think he's a very stupid man. It kept continuing, to be honest. And then, of course, we had AG when there came comments when, like, yeah, Sarah, yeah, and Justine, she has to sacrifice herself. And yeah, Justine saying, like, yeah, but you will see on the Madeleine, you will see what she does there. And then, like, every day there was something, some kind of GC rider, some kind of GC team that just, yeah, they just were like, I don't know, I think as I spoke to some insiders in the race, not really podcast related, but just people I met along the route. And I think everyone, since that there was a heavy start and the heavy racing, I've talked about that as well. First hours of 47k an hour, that's like crazy. And everyone was so on their limit that everyone was just very sensitive and very harsh, and they almost couldn't regulate everything they said anymore. So everything they thought really came out and very sharply. And apparently, like some riders felt that and said that to their family, like everyone is really on their limit, and like it feels pretty tense in the peloton. So that was also, yeah, I think if you compare to the Mansur or whichever race we've had, it was just apart from the racing tension, there was also visible tension between the biggest contenders, I would say.
Yeah, lots of popcorn moments on the sidelines for us, actually. That's for sure. Yeah, you compare it with the men's race, but of course the men's Tour de France was boring because that one was already decided after stage 2, so everybody knew that Poggi would win, so everybody could be nice to each other anyway. So, but here we had a lot of contenders, nice competing. Yeah, I think it was very, very interesting. More excited than my Tour de France from Prono for the She Rides podcast. I predicted all like stable, well-known, boring names. But actually, I'm very happy I didn't score well in the Prono. Well, I finished third, I think. I was not that bad
Yeah, it
after
was
all.
like a
But
shared
anyway.
third spot with Sarah and me. So
Okay, yeah.
and then
But
congrats
anyway,
to
like,
Eva Piasni, who was already when I saw her on stage 5. She was like, "Yeah, I'm so excited. At least I'm leading one race. Okay, it doesn't matter which one, but I'm leading one race." And yeah, she managed to take it home. And even though like her non-stage predictions weren't, she didn't have the best score there, but she did predict the winner, right? Overall, so I think very deserved win there.
yeah, nice stage wins twice, Quibon. That's wonderful, and
Also,
we should.
how awesome was that? The sixth spot on that kind of a climber
Yeah,
stage.
yeah. Oh, and we should mention finally the attacking mode of Mavi Garcia paid off. Like, so well deserved for her. Like,
Yeah,
finally, because I think everybody was like, "Oh, Mavi, not again."
yeah. I also said it in the preview, like going over the participants list. Yeah, she could do something here, but please don't attack on 7 kilometers to then become 8, because no, everyone suffers. Please don't do it. And then she was like on 10k, and I was like, no, Rebus is just gonna catch her on the line, right? I
Yeah,
was like, shit. And nothing against Rebus, but her stages were
yeah.
about to come. And I was like, shit. And then she made it, and I was like, whoa, that this really happened? Was one of those attempts really? And partially it's also like it kind of shows like consistency is key, because I think a lot of people have tattoo, or maybe you need to try it in a different way because this is not working. But she just kept doing it every time. Between 10 and 7k to go, we attack and we go for it, and just eventually it worked out, which is, I think, yeah, could be a motivation for everyone, like be consistent and maybe one day. Also, can we
That's
talk about how many crowds favorites actually won? We had Marianne Vos on the first stage. On the second stage, yeah, Marie Garcia, of course. We had Skibon, of course, also a favorite, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. There were like a lot of very liked stage winners overall and just performing well, because you've probably saw Sarah, like the video of Sarah after the final stage where she was crying. Journalists around her were crying with her, so that also shows like, yeah, but that was such a heartbreak. Really, I had, I basically had a lot of my reach was pretty well till the moment Sarah dropped, and I was like, no, fuck, no. I was like really like and it was already like the last stage was already just like a sucky stage because just to keep Sarah away, Lotte was in a break, and then I was so angry at all the GC competitors apart from Sarah. They were racing to keep them behind, and then they catched Lotte back. Of course, chance over. Was annoyed by that, and then I saw them do it again when she dropped, and I was okay. This is catastrophic, and I was like, yeah, I was like really mad there, and then I screamed Sarah to the finish, honestly, because my voice really needed some time to recover from that. But I was like, no way! Like in the end,
yeah,
she should be very proud, and we are also so proud of her.
of
But it
course.
was like fucking these scents. Why do they exist? Maybe we should just
Yeah,
going up the climb and just don't go down, because it was really like.
yeah, it's heartbreaking. And meanwhile, while we're talking about Sarah Gigante, can we just put up a big fat middle finger to all the internet warriors?
Yeah,
Really have experience or she has experienced. I mean, come on. Okay, let's put it this way. Sarah Gigante, she's a podcast favorite. We have her high in our opinion. Of course, we're a big fan, both of us. But it doesn't matter if it's Sarah Gigante or someone else. I mean, come on, guys, sliding into her DMs, criticizing her for who she is or the lack of her descending skills. I mean, seriously, can we just applaud her attacking moves? I mean, she just goes all in. She just goes for it. She just smashes it into the wall. I mean, come on. She just races hard. She makes racing attractive. You should just applaud this, support this, instead of, she cannot descend. Oh, look at her. Oh, what a lack of skills. Oh, what an utter bullshit. I think she mentioned it even in her, in the episode we recorded in the beginning of the year. She knows she's a limited descender. She knows she should work
but
on that. She knows she's gonna lose
yeah,
time in the descent, but hey, come on, can you just applaud her for the
yeah.
attacking mode she puts on?
The thing is, it
Seriously.
always comes to these things. For one, we are all human. No one is perfect. That's the starter.
Uh,
The second thing
yeah.
is Mia plays such a big role. Why don't you put a spotlight on what she has done and what the team has been doing to get this? Yeah, just to get her better at this. And then third, why would you slide in someone DMs to tell them how bad they are doing?
Yeah.
She wasn't even doing that bad, because still the last day she didn't lose time in the descent, or maybe 11 seconds or whatever. Why would you do that? Because I don't know how about you, but if you fail something, if someone isn't working for you, like I don't know, maybe you just had a very rough day and you didn't get out because I don't know, you just weren't feeling in the best place mentally. Do you want me to send you DMs like, you did so bad, you didn't even leave your bed today? You should be so disappointed in yourself. You should be working harder. Like,
Yeah, well,
what?
yeah,
I just can't comprehend this, and I have never done, and I think that's very obvious in this whole podcast. I don't understand media doing this, because it all starts there. They have a very big part in how everyone receives women's cycling, and for sure still at this point, because women's cycling just hasn't been out there as much as men's cycling for a long time. Everyone very much depends on media outlets. So why are we focusing so harsh on how her descending isn't the best, instead of putting the story out there. Because we have spoken in the beginning of the year with standstills, we have spoken with Julie van der Velde as well, who also struggles with the descending and the riding and the peloton. And we heard from her, we heard from Sarah herself, we heard from standstills, how much they work on that aspect within the team. We had Julie van der Velde who tried hypnosis. They are doing everything they can with specific descent coaches, and they have come a long way already with Sarah.
Yeah.
Same for Julie. They have been riding so incredibly well. Just look at Julie van der Velde, like the first part of the race when she needed to be there for her leaders, she has been there, and she has dropped quite some big names. So they are both doing very well. Will they ever become the best descenders, or will they ride in the peloton the best of the best? Yeah, no, probably not. But maybe just, when I open my live stream and it's a descent and it's like, oh yeah, Sarah and Julie in the back of the race. Okay, yeah, makes sense. And it's like, okay, yeah, we just know. And it's like, it kind of feels like, okay, yeah, another day at the office, but just...
Yeah, in the end, it doesn't matter that much what she's doing to improve her skill. They do whatever they want. The point is, she knows that's her weak point. So no need for some internet hero to tell her, because she knows. And it's not easy in the Tour de France Femmes, because when you're exhausted and you make the race hard, and then some complete anonymous idiot comes in like, hey, you cannot descend. You suck. I mean, Jesus, what is this gonna add anyway?
Very much human, because I know Sarah is someone who really thrives on positive support. Like, I think she really feels that. But people who let positive support, which is, if people find it so important to get that positive support, and if it helps them to perform, then you also know that the negative support is going to hit twice as hard. So, but it's just very much, in general, let's just be kinder to each other, because we've also seen how media has been towards Lotte, which Kopecky, of course, because another Lotte in the interview before, that's gonna be a difficult one. But like, why? I have missed most during the Tour de France, luckily. But I have been, even though I don't want to, I have been catching up with a lot of stuff. It just comes naturally. And I don't even need to open a lot of it just to know how bad it is. Because, like, I don't see what we are doing here at this point. This is just not the way to go. They are athletes, they worked. For example, Lotte has been working towards this goal for half a year. She has been struggling with the knee, with back, with mental pressure. Yeah, decisions that have been made that maybe weren't the best ones in the end. So you have to imagine, and everyone, I think this time you could feel it through the TV screen. Like, I already felt this kind of in Burgos during my TV screen, but I think for now it was very visible for everyone. She was just unhappy, so I don't see why media thinks, oh, let's just, okay, this is wrong, this is wrong. She didn't do that right. Whoa, she disappoints the whole nation. I don't know what at this point, why should you do that? I just, okay, you can say like, this is not what we expected from her, but there is just no point in any athlete, because they've all worked so hard to be here. Like, there were a lot of good riders who just rode a kind of invisible tour. Does it make them a worse rider? Does this mean that they didn't have to work for it just as hard as the one who wins the tour? No, they are all just doing their best, and no one deserves it to just get the whole nation, media, and all these internet trolls just sending them messages and letting them know how disappointed everyone is in them. Because in the end, I think most people, and the people who matter most, even those who don't know you, are just mainly very proud of those riders. And that might be even another reminder. And something else we can do is, why not try, if you are cheering a rider on, maybe try to make the support a bit more obvious and visible, because there will, in the end, there's always more positivity going around, but maybe we should all try a bit harder to spread that positivity. Because in the end, it's easier to support someone from afar. And we know, like, I mean, I've heard from family members as well, like, yeah, Sarah, we've been following her. It was cool to see. So there are a lot of people out there who are actually crossing their fingers and hoping you perform well, but they will never know. And what they all read is like these, let's say, 10 people who are supporting them on very hard, and then they read like 5 people who are just fucking rude, and what stays with them is like, yeah, maybe I am not good enough. But if we all try to make our support and our spread more positiveness, maybe it can balance it out a bit. So yeah, my thoughts.
Yeah, they're probably just the same internet heroes that constantly type, "Hey, women's cycling is boring," and then finally you have someone who makes women's cycling very interesting. If you think it's boring, like Sarah makes it interesting. She attacks all out. She puts all the chips on the table. She doesn't care about the results anyway. She just goes all in, and she goes for it. And then you are like, yeah, but she's a bad descender. I mean, make up your mind. What do you want? Like, what do you want? You think women's cycling is boring, then you have someone who makes it interesting for you, and then you say like, yeah, no, still not good enough. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we should wrap that one up because those internet heroes now got too much attention already in our podcast, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. This is most of the time. This is more like a me thing. So good, someone else brought it up.
Yeah. But it can bring us neatly to some other media comments we saw, like Demi Vollering was again like just shoot her whenever you see her. Like, shouldn't you have lost weight like Pauline Ferrand-Prévot did, and blah 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 blah. And she fair and square admitted it. Sorry guys, I did not have the legs. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot was the better athlete. She beat me fair and square. That's it. All the respect to her. And still they are like, yeah, but shouldn't you? I mean, okay, team tactics, whatever. There was some, like we said before, in the wrap up, there was some beef between the teams. So questionable tactics or not, that's maybe not up to us because we were not inside the peloton. But one thing is for sure, Demi can win a GC. She probably knows what she has to do as a prep. She probably knows what her weight should be for a Grand Tour, and what's healthy and what's unhealthy. Let's state that clear as well. So she admitted that she was beaten fair and square. I mean, why are you continuing a witch hunt on her? Like, it's always something. It's just, you can
Something
like her,
in
you cannot
general that
like
has
her.
been actually triggering me is the weight talk, and it was going on in the men's Tour de France as well, with the like, oh, and this one lose this much kilos, and this one no. And I'm like, guys, what are we doing? I think it was obvious for a long time. It's important to set a right example. Like, okay, yeah, of course you need to be in shape, but basically, like Demi said it herself, you don't need to be skin and bones to be able to win in GC. And I think it has been a good move from Capel, I think it was, who said like, I've been here in this Tour de France, and I think it's just important to mention once again that that health is more important than your level of skinniness. Because yeah, obviously, yeah, Ferrand-Prévot that's like, yeah, we weren't there, so I think we should trust the team and her if they say it's healthy. But for sure, like she did like crash diet, 4 kilos less from her optimal weight for Roubaix. That's like, yeah, of course. And then yeah, mainly it isn't really healthy if they say like, okay, but we're not staying on this level for too long. Now we can win some case.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah.
Good thing she admitted that too. It's like, it's maybe not repeatable. If you read between the lines, it took a heavy toll on her, and I think with Visma Leasebike, they know what to do because they have like Vingegaard and a whole world-class men's team. So I think nutrition-wise, they should know what the limits are. I really hope so. And I understand that, let me be clear, on this level, for one particular stage race as big as the Tour de France Femmes, because maybe we have young athletes that listen as well, then you can lose some kilos, then you can go maybe a little bit over the limit for a short time. But let's be clear, let's not copy this on any other level, on any other age. I mean, this is a Tour de France Femmes. This is completely specific. This is marginal gains. You can do this once, maybe, because it will give you an advantage anyway. Climbing watts per kilo, if you can put the same watts and weigh 4 kilos less, well, that's a win. Uphill, of course, but it's a good message she gave, I think. Like, okay, I did this once. I'm not so sure if I'm going to do it again, because what's the biggest danger is that young riders, and especially young girls and young women, would think like, should we do the same? Should we go on a crash diet for a climbing race, for a local climbing race? I mean, sure, guys, girls, don't. I mean, seriously, don't. She is well monitored. She has the entourage. We can just assume she was well monitored, and this is all okay-ish for a big event like the Tour de France Femmes, but do not go home and copy this. I mean, this is not the signal that should be taken away from Pauline
Let's
Ferrand-Prévot's
just maybe not
tour win.
normalize this.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I
And
think
also,
that's the main point. We can talk about what was healthy because we have no real thing.
it's probably not healthy, Saar, but like I said, like
Yeah,
it's the
no,
Tour de France Femmes, it's
acceptable.
10
Yeah.
days, and just, I mean, and you're a top contender. I mean, okay, in that case, and you're well monitored, maybe there's a case to make for that. But and on the other side, let's not make all the fuss about Pauline Ferrand-Prévot weight as well, because it's like the only message we get from the Tour de France winner. I mean, she was already a cycling legend. I think now she's in cycling heaven, and she should be considered as one of the goats of women's cycling now that she won the Tour de France, and in what way she did. And we should like also focus on that, but we tend to forget that message. I mean, this woman won the Tour de France in quite an impressive way.
But maybe it again starts with the media. Let's not just start if a rider lost some kilograms, because I know there was a winter Lotte lost some as well, which kind of made sense. Yeah, she was more from track cyclist to also be better in the climbing races, I think. But maybe let's just not as media use it every time she performs well. Like, yeah, she lost there the kilos, and that might have been essential. Okay, you can mention that. You have to mention what happens, but maybe if someone performs well, maybe don't take the weight thing with it every time. Just say she's an exceptional cyclist and she grew
For
a
sure.
lot. She had a good preparation, and now she got to this point. So I think that is also something to pay attention to. And we just need to hope that in the biggest team, and preferably in the smaller as well, everyone and everything stays healthy, and they are monitored. They are paying attention to menstrual cycles and everything like that. So yeah, it's hard to speak about it if you're not within the peloton, but the essence stay here. Let's not focus too much on the weight from media, and let's just hope everything is considerably healthy, because of course they are still athletes and they are asking a lot from their body, but that everything kind of stays within the limits of doable, and there's no damage for the future done to their body. Let's just
exactly, because PFP's body weight is just one of the aspects of a preparation. I think that was a complete fine-tuning, but it's like a lot more that goes into it. So guys, girls, don't try this at home. It's not necessary. It's a whole lot more than
you can win Grand Tour without it, because Lamborghini won one, Vollering won one, and they certainly didn't do that.
And good thing Demi was open about it as well. She said, like, I am on my optimal race weight. That's it. If I lose 4K more, then I'm not racing optimally, and then I'm performing optimally, and it's not healthy for me anymore. And then that's for every rider, it's different. But I should just end with hats off for what Pauline Ferrand-Prévot did. As a true, she put herself on one of the cycling greatest of all time. Definitely, she was already, but now she solidified her position as one of them, I think. So
I'm curious to see what the coming years look like for her, because she's really a rider who peaked. Like she said, I want to win Roubaix and I want to win the Tour, and she did both. So I think I'm excited to see what her goals for next year will be. Yeah,
I don't expect her to be as good as this year, as she already told. Like, this is maybe a one shot, because this was not 100% what it should have been for me personally. Like it was very hard, she said. So maybe she's now focusing on other goals or something. So but yeah, she's still top 5, top 10 worthy in any Grand Tour, I think. Whatever she does. Also amazing racing from the Polish riders, I think, and not just Lidia Duma. Vodarczyk was, we know she's been racing quite well the whole season, but to finish 4th in GC of the Tour de France Femmes, that's something else than just being a very decent rider.
stage, making her way to the top. That's already being there actually.
Yeah, 24 years old. So where are the limits? Sarah, good thing you learned to pronounce Flodarchik's name
One
because we will
time,
hear from her definitely.
one time I did practice it, and now it's like it has been since the January. I made work of it immediately.
Oh yes,
I'm just trying to
good thing,
pronounce
because
everything correct,
apparently
then
we.
I just need some practice before I am actually gonna say it. Well, Fisher Black also did an excellent move on the 8th stage because she finished 5th overall, and just being in that break that helped her just get a head start and then being able to stay in the front of the GC, which was very interesting. Also from Sarah, let's just repeat again. In January, it was very much give me my 2 healthy legs back and we'll see what happens. And now it's double Giro stage winner, 3rd in GC on the Giro, 6th in the GC in this tour. So very impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty okay-ish.
Yeah, could be worse. No.
Then we have FDG with 3 riders in the top 10, but I think it's a mixed feeling for the team. I think they came for more. Maybe it's a good result with 3 in the top 10, but then you see Demi at almost 4 minutes from Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Don't know if they expected that to happen. So I think they have some mixed feelings there in the team.
But I don't
But
think
they have Chabet and the
really
polka
a
dot.
lot of people expected Ferrand-Prévot. Because the vibes I felt was everyone was pretty scared from Sarah going into the Madeleine, but everyone was like, Ferrand-Prévot, yeah, she will be good, but that was the overall vibe I got from the peloton. She will be good, but
Yeah.
okay.
The thing you have with the GC is like usually Demi is the one to beat, and if you can put her almost on 4 minutes, it's like wow. I mean,
It
of
has
course,
just
it
been,
depends what.
I found this very confronting that on stage 8, the first one of the podium from last year was on 3 minutes of the best GC rider. Like, that shows how much the level has risen in just 1 year, actually. Also has to do a lot with preparations, of course, because I think Vollering,
sure.
as she said after Tour de Suisse, she was just empty. So was that the best preparation? No, definitely not.
Her crash maybe had some kind of impact, but still, 4 minutes is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that concussion protocol is completely shabby. I mean, come on. Like, seriously. Anyway, that's a whole other discussion. Then maybe we have the jerseys. The least interesting, the most predictable jersey was the green one, I think, Saar, especially when you saw Marianne Vos was not 100% fully committed to it, maybe.
Yeah.
That's easy one for Wiebes then to take,
Yeah,
I
but
think.
let's just also, it might have been easy for her to take, but she is there and she's performing at her best again. And let's not, well, all headlines are saying, ooh, disappointing for SD Words, blah, blah, blah. They still have the green jersey winner. They won 2 stages. And they tried with the team. They really tried to get everything out of this tour, what was possible. And were all their riders in the best shape? Yeah, no. Let's be honest about that. But it's not like they failed this tour. They still won a major classification. They still won 2 stages. While everyone's saying like, ooh, bad tour, bad tour. Let's also be honest about it. Okay, was this maybe as the works level tour we expected before? Yeah, no. But it's still not a bad tour.
No, of course, especially because you buried already the GC ambitions before the tour started, so they can't complain in the end. They knew what was gonna happen. They knew what they were up for. So
yeah,
I think
exactly.
in the end, I will be mild on SD Works for this tour.
You don't dare. Yeah. They did what they could. And I also want to give a final shout out to Anna van der Breggen, actually. For once, for the brave attempt on the final stage. That was cool to see. Was cheering for her there after Sarah dropped. I was like, okay, never mind. Let's go full in for Anna right now. But of course, those GC riders were not in me there. But also, it was just so beautiful to see her interviews, how she kind of tried to protect Lotte from the media. Was really, yeah, I felt that one. That was so cute. It felt really like, it felt like there was still like a mix between I'm DS on a 100 meter who has to protect my riders from the press, but also still like I'm a rider here. So I think in her interviews, she did a very good job there.
If I can finish with the most unsung hero of this Tour de France Femmes, Saar,
Yes.
you know who it is? It's a
Yeah, right
completely
now.
yeah, you know because I told you before before the episode. That should be definitely be the Frenchie Emilie Morier from the what's it called, the team again? Yeah, Saint Michel Preference Home Aubert 93, I think they're officially named. Like I don't know if a lot of people know her. She's already 28 years old, but you know her story, right? She finished 25th in the GC. She finished 12th in the last stage to Châtel. But you know, in January, she signed a contract on an N2 level in France. So that means it's complete amateur level. So she started cycling. Okay, fair and square. She's a very good triathlete, so she knows endurance sports. But still, in January, she signed a contract with an amateur team. In July, she signed her pro contract with Saint Michel, like 1st of July. 26th of July, she just started Tour de France Femmes, and poof, she finished. I mean, that's heads off. I mean, really, that's heads off. That just it should mean that Lotte Kopecky in 2 months will become a world champion in the Ironman Kona, for example. That's something comparable, I guess. It's like completely crazy. Yeah, heads off for her. And actually, it proves what Natasha Knaven always says, like, do not only look at 18, 19-year-old girls to join the World Tour ranks. She's 28, she blossoms late, she discovered cycling late. There she is. She's a gem in the making. Let's see where she can go from there. So, yeah, heads off, Emily. Yeah,
Does she
we
have
should
a
put her in the
contract for
spotlight.
next year? I mean, is she available for the bigger teams?
Good question. If I put her on BCS, it's only 2025.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, well, we don't know, of course. Is it 100% correct? Because I think before Tour de France Femmes, she was pretty unknown, so maybe PCS has not have their data 100% correct yet. So, but yeah, I hope for Saint Michel that they have her under contract. Should be a nice one.
Yeah.
Good. Wanted to shout out for her as well.
Yeah,
She's an unsung hero.
definitely.
It's actually completely crazy what she did.
Well, then I'm also I've enjoyed it very much. I'm definitely going back next year. I'm already counting down the days till October when we get to know the full route. So the Grand Départ will be in Switzerland with start in Lausanne, Aigle, and Genève. There are rumors that we will have a Mont Ventoux summit finish.
Yeah, then at least climb it from the Bédouin side because they are capable to do it like, oh, but it's women's peloton. Just put it from the Soul side, like the completely easiest one. Like, don't do that. Put them from Bédouin. Do it all the way.
Yeah. So we will see about that. Well, and maybe starting in Switzerland could maybe mean there will be a Paris finish for the first time. Maybe.
I don't know if they want that logistic wise. I don't know what the French
But
government and the
they
police
did a lot of
services
the
think
time
about.
they did the movement inwards, so they went deeper to the mountains. But now they are already like starting more like on the bottom of France, and I think Vollering and other riders have said like, yeah, we would also like a Paris finish once. So maybe.
Yeah,
And they better put
yeah.
time trial in it, because if there's no time trial in it next year, I am not gonna be happy. Just put a fucking time trial in there.
Yeah, that's one. That's one thing we missed in this Tour de France. So it was a very nice edition, I think, but yeah, still little point of criticism. Put in a time trial. Take yourself serious as a Grand Tour.
No, not a little point of criticism, just like a very big one. Just put in a time trial. Although, do it maybe not. Maybe we don't with Sarah, actually.
She should become an all-rounder, it's sad. I mean, she has
Yeah,
points of
there's still 1
improvement.
year
She
left.
should work on her TT skills. Yeah, so I think it goes with a Grand Tour. It's a TT. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
indeed. But you know, the
yeah.
Giro time trial wasn't too bad. 1 minute, that was
No,
okay.
exactly. No, exactly. Yeah. No.
Oh, we
Yeah, it
also
should crown the
need to
most consistent one.
we need to talk about Barbara Malcotti. She became 13th in the G.
Yeah, of course. Let's before we go out, exactly. Yeah, shout out to our podcast guests. Yes, sure.
In the first few stages, I thought like, ooh, it's not going perfectly as planned. But yeah, well, when it started going uphill, Apparently, all our guests were very happy because it went just a lot better, and she managed to become 13th. Petra was struggling in the beginning with the hard pace in the flat stages, but she was also ill, which of course made it harder for her. But overall, I think in the climbing stages, her results were okay. So I think if she can come healthy to the tour and just some more kilometers spent in the World Tour bunch, well, she will be able to show nice stuff in the future. Now Margot, of course, what a tour. A great performance from her. 6th in that stage and overall just very good results. I think I've been saying a lot of episodes before there's something coming for her, and well, she showed she's absolutely capable. Well, I think she was top 30 in the GC, 29 in the GC.
Yeah, just top 30.
And then Julie van der Velde has been, of course, doing awesome work. Super essential for the team. So yeah, I think, well, the tour for She Rides, they all rode actually very good and they were all able to shine in their own way. And they should be all very proud of their performance. And also just nice, everyone made a finish, which is also very nice because, yeah, in the end, we finished with 124. So yeah, that are some DNFs.
Yeah. And you made it to the finish line as well. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, I mean.
So yeah, our hosts and our guests all made the finish line. So hats off for everyone here.
Yeah, it was a chaotic journey and it was a lot to take in, but yeah, it was very nice. It's just like, you know, the reality is I brought my e-reader, I brought books, I brought a lot of stuff to do while waiting while in the car, but it's just a journey and you're constantly doing stuff and preparing for this and doing that. And then, yeah, you arrive home and you're like, shit, I didn't even open a book. And it's like, okay, like it's fun. But yeah, now we know how it goes. Yeah, would very much recommend if you don't mind being in the car a lot. Because yeah, we did have like 4,000 K in 12 days.
Heavy.
Yeah. But you know what? We might as well close it off here because we've all had an interview as well. Well, but
yeah, the plan was 20. The plan was 20 minutes. Short Tour de France Femmes wrap up. Sorry, guys.
But everyone has been craving the longer episodes since my short ones. So, although short ones with Connie, it wasn't really a very short one, but it was an attempt to do a short one. Okay, so that's a wrap for episode 38 of She Rides. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the ride.
Absolutely. Women's cycling is packed with action and we're here to bring you every twist and turn.
Be sure to subscribe on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube so you don't miss upcoming episodes. And if you like today's show, rating, like, or comment really helps us reach more listeners.
And follow us on Blue Sky and Instagram for behind-the-scenes updates, our hashtag Guess the Guest game, and more.
Thanks to Lotte for joining us today, and don't hesitate to share your questions or topics you'd like us to cover.
Stay tuned for more exciting guests and join our prediction competition. Tag She Rides podcast on Blue Sky to show off your knowledge, and She Rides is powered by KDM Endurance Coaching.
Thanks for listening to She Rides, the podcast where women's cycling takes the lead. Keep watching the path, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.